It is the SMT Media Network with an NBA video today here to pay our respects to the late, great Kobe Bryant, who passed away on this day in 2020 at a young age of 41 years old, just recently having retired from the league. Kobe was definitely an impact maker in the league. As a player, as a personality, he was an incredible story, actually, if you think about Kobe Bryant. To just kind of look at some of the main things from his career: 5 times NBA champion, 2 times finals MVP, was the league's most valuable player one time, 18-time NBA All-Star, 4-time NBA All-Star MVP, 11-time All-NBA first team, 2-time All-NBA second team, 2-time All-NBA third team, 9-time All-Defensive first team, 3-time All-Defensive second team, 2-time league scoring champion, won a slam dunk contest, was on an all-rookie second team, 75th anniversary team, had both of his numbers retired by the Los Angeles Lakers, number 8 and number 24, was the Naismith Prep Player of the Year in 96 before he went professional, Gatorade National Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American, first team Parade All-American, and 4th team Parade All-American in the previous year. Kobe scored at a clip of 25 points per game for his career, had 7,000 rebounds, had 6,300 assists, for averages of about 5 of each of those. He was an Olympic game gold medalist twice, once in Beijing, then the following 4-year run later in London. Kobe had an 81-point game, which puts him in rare company, along with Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. Some regard Kobe Bryant as the greatest Laker ever. He will forever be known for his grit, his toughness, his commitment to winning, his commitment to excellence. The Mamba mentality still goes on, and has I would say, a lasting legacy within young players, within current NBA players, and those that study the game of basketball. They look back and they think of Kobe as a consummate professional. And when I look back at his career, I see a redemption story. I see a story of self-improvement, a story of achievement. What he became, very different than what he was early in his career. There are a lot of great things to say about Kobe Bryant. His passing was devastating. It was tragic in that accident. And, if that's something you need to maybe look up, it's not something I want to talk about in this video, but definitely was a tragedy with him and his family. And our hearts go out to him and those impacted by his death. But I will say this. Kobe Bryant was a player that left his imprint on the game forever. Kobe was as dominant offensively as he was defensively. He was a leader. He was an intense competitor. He never shied away from the challenge. The stories you hear about Kobe Bryant is the stuff made of legacy and legends. And, I think a lot of young players can look back to see how he played the game from a mentality standpoint and from a skill standpoint. He really was an incredible player. And, to lose him at such an early age, he had so much more to give the game, because of his impact after his retirement, what it could have been. So, anybody who got to see him play live in person saw one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Even when I speak to the greats, when I have conversations with folks about basketball, when we speak about the best players of all time, Kobe's name comes up because Kobe played for the better span of, from the late 90s when he was drafted out of high school all the way through the end of his career, through his late 30s. He was unstoppable. The Mamba mentality carried him through his career. He was hardworking. He was dedicated, consummate professional. He just wanted to win. He was just so obsessed with winning, and just nothing could stand in his way. I view his career as kind of having 2 phases in some ways. He had 2 numbers, and I don't know, maybe some people view like he reinvented himself, but I think his 3 title run with Shaq, everybody obviously celebrates those. Those were, some incredible, championships there. His second run later in his career was probably more special and more important to him, as he did it without kind of like Shaquille O'Neal and being in that shadow, if they're, if some people view it that way. But man, he was the blueprint for an NBA player, right? He was the ideal, skills package. I don't think there was a shot on the NBA court that he couldn't make. He was not a perfect player, but for the better part, from the late 90s and then through the 2000 and even the 2010s for a while, he was an unstoppable force. And what he became as a person, as a story of redemption and retribution, kind of solidify him as a man as well. So I wanted to take this moment on the channel to create this video, commemorate it to him, and celebrate his life and his achievements and what he stood for and what he gave to the game. This guy gave up his body. I mean, the injuries were incredible at the end. Achilles tear, came back from that. Broken fingers, busted up shoulder. I mean, things were torn, sprained. He just had to be out there. It was just the fabric of who he was. And he loved the game. He loved and obsessed winning, with winning. And this is one of the most tragic losses the league probably has ever seen. And, our thoughts and condolences go out to him and his family on this day. But today we celebrate the life and legacy of Kobe Bean Bryant.